don't see that one too often, but...
It's not an option. Oh, it's pre-fired. Oh, Wuchu. 90%, no scope, no problem.
We'll still be 3 on this B side. First man dead. And second. 3.
Flexes for a little bit. Now he's going to be making his way over the dark. On Zubok. Get the cross. Get a retake. Be aware that it may be dark. Oh man, Frosty, he's got it.
He could have managed that economy well. Oh,
Pushing grabs. He could have a second if he goes for it. He just pushes out again. This is more. What is that from QBY? He wants it. He wants it. He wants to be able to say QBY with an ace. One angle. Right into the crosshair from and he shuts it down. FJ now knows where to look. Frosty finds another. He's not taking any prison. Frosty with a third.
Contact. In position. They have me pinned. Weapons hot. Got one. Yeah. He's down. This area is clear.
The last man alive.
He has to go.
The clutches out the 1v3. He's knocked down low from that already. 32 seconds left, and it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. Hyenas Unity pick up the final kill and win the Volpid Series 3-1 on Inferno.
Like the Molly 10, yeah. Tutor on my coupe in the front of Benz, yeah. I just chopped the roof, what's inside a pen, yeah. Fendi on my lens, got it dope again. That's your red, it's gonna make me know. Take away the pain.
So just by running, and Harb goes down. It's Nick. Nick's got 2. He's made it through, but the bomb has it. Nick, he shuts down Kuno right when they needed him most.
Dim on the lights, yeah. We get high like a cut.
No!
Spend it like a fidget, yeah.
2. Oh, Pixel. He'll find 1, he'll find 2. Right behind him, could he get you in seat?
Broke, I had to fix it, yeah. Drugs took control, she done lost her soul.
And this being offside, they've got to do it fast. 25 seconds. ADZ not taking any prisoners. That's...
Like I left some back in your bitch, like I left some. I ain't for that. Why are you mad? Treating these niggas like that.
like a great team performance coming in from Captain Co's side, really. Like,
And we're gonna see how this one goes. For Sent by Satan.
Their side, jokes aside, I'm done. I'm literally done. Axion Esports, are you freaking kidding me? How are you coming out on top of those fights? How are you turning this round?
hello guys, and welcome to another game in the Volpid Series. In the Contender League, I'll be a caster Ryan Rumbles. We are here for the match between Plethora Gaming and Sinister. If you haven't heard this name before, Plethora Gaming, they are the former CK Taurus. And both of these teams currently in the 1-all bracket, which means the win obviously is incredibly important for both of them. And moving into this game, we will be playing this game on Inferno. Very recently, it was a game on Inferno. They won that against AXG, which was definitely nice for them. We haven't seen Sinister a lot because they started the season with a walkover victory, and then they went up against one of the strongest, if not the best team in the Contender League, which is Quick Play International. They lost that 4-16. Obviously, that was a bit of a blow for them, and yeah, there was some drama involved as well regarding the Sinister Moses game, which didn't go through. But now both teams are here, or at least are getting ready. There's still a few missing from the server, but it seems like we are going to see a great game tonight, and that's going to be the only one as well. I'm going to be here alone tonight, which is a bit sad, but I am backed by the one and only lovely Urtuk, of course, in production. And obviously we'll have a lot of games coming up next week as well. So I know most of you, if you are even watching, might be seeing the Blast finals right now. Navi against Vitality. I believe our production crew is watching it as well. So. I don't blame you if you are prioritizing that over the Volpid series, but I believe this can still be a great game here as well. Still have a few players missing. Plethora Gaming seems to be here a bit, well, most of their players right now, but we're still winning in Sinister. The map will be Inferno. We also had the veto, but I lost the veto link, so which doesn't really matter. I mean, as we know, Inferno, one of the most played maps in generally in Volpid series. It recently got an update as well. The explosion damage got upped a little bit, so for the T side, that's a considerable nerf if they want to save it. I don't think it's going to change the meta anything much realistically, because there is still a zone in which you can plant and then still escape if you have armor, so you can still save in the back pit, but it's just less likely if you have taken damage. If you don't have armor for any reason, for example in pistol rounds, it could be harder. So it's definitely more high risk, demands more movement from T's, more thought put into where you plant the bomb. So this will be definitely interesting to see. Nothing else changed about Inferno, so that's generally all the usual. We've seen, but we haven't seen it played yet. Obviously, I don't even think we've seen any games on Ancient this season yet, and this seems to be correct. Ancient got a huge update. I personally haven't played it. I completely missed that update because I was not checking the news at all that day, and for me it came a bit out of the blue. But I understand, they want to maybe change things up a bit with the meta, and Ancient has been very one-sided very boring map so far, and now it favors T side a little bit more, especially on the B side, A side as well. You know, when you have a whole vantage point of cities pretty much blocked off, which was the temple center hole. It's definitely a bit harder to hold, a bit harder to hide from CT side. There are more linear passageways now, so that goes the same about catwalk though. So yeah, Ancient, I'm very interested to see it being played in the pro scene as well. I really hope we're gonna see more map updates coming up. I really can't propose anything about Inferno specifically, but I'd like to see something here and there as well. We've seen some very stupid stuff in Inferno, which I think shouldn't exist, like the house being pretty much entirely wall-bangable, and we see some very odd kills sometimes from it, but that's the beauty of Inferno. I mean, we see some very stupid things, and on the likes of Vertigo, still on the likes of Just 2 as well, so... Looks like all the players are present, so I'm cutting off my rant now, and we should be ready very soon. Sinister lining up, as usual, with Dracola, Ajax, Burnaby, Drigo, Hakim, and Plethora Gaming on the other side. Reachka, obviously, Delinks, Signe, Beasts, and Blonsky. Nothing else coming in from gun updates, which is a bit surprising, but you know, they just slightly, ever so slightly nerfed the A1S, the MAC capacity, which doesn't seem huge, but it's definitely stops a little bit from people from spoke spamming, and generally overall, you know, it's worth maybe not that good anymore, but I haven't seen people really replacing it yet. I think most people are ready now, and we should be starting the knife round right about now. And this seems to be the case. Only a couple more players to ready up, and then we can go. So yeah, interesting enough, Sinister was the one to ban Ancient. It hasn't yet escaped any bans this season. I'd like to say once, but I can't understand in a best in one, it doesn't really do anything useful. You know, if it somehow escapes the ban, then it's just gonna favor anyone who gets the CT side first, gets steamrolls into finish line. You know, it's not really fun to watch. Personally, for me, I do not like Ancient really much. It's still a bit of a resource hog, and compared to lighter maps like Inferno, like Just 2 is, you know, very ancient, pun intended there, in terms of map design, in terms of props. You know, nothing graphically heavy there, no water. So I'm sorry, there is water on Inferno, but it's not realistically inside your spawn. You know, not drowning your weapons. And we're starting the knife round right about now. Sinister against Plethora Gaming is starting. Welcome if you are only joining us now. We have a face-off once again, as we've seen this several times already into the season. The knife rounds often start like this. What we have seen are some interesting boosts over the top in this situation, but this time the CTs seem very frozen in spot. They can't really figure anything out, and they get slashed into pieces. And that means, obviously, that Plethora Gaming, once they won the knife round, they will be taking up that CT side, and we should be off any second now on Inferno. Hugo put an interesting paragraph in chat. Thank you, guys, for everything. I love you more than anything else forever. I'm sorry and apologize for everything that I've done wrong. Well, nice to see some humility in players these days. Personally, I've seen a lot of this Twitter debate going on in Volpid Series. A lot of drama that has that has surfaced out of nowhere, really, and it's not nice because it damages the reputation of a hill competition. Meanwhile, Richka finding the opening pick onto Burnaby, who was pretty much lurking on towards A side, which means Sinister are going to have to make that execute happen on towards B site. And they're all nicely lined up there. They do have a couple of smokes, one flash ready to be thrown in there. And yes, this execute is coming right about now. But the question is how well they can move throughout the smoke. They do take some damage as well. Jugo finds the opening pick onto that site, which is good. It's a 4-on-4 finally now. And that smoke has pushed the Lynx back as well. So they can slowly plant the bomb and take cover, you know, get into their positions. Meanwhile, is Ajax fighting against the rest of them. It's a bit tough. Chigo as well trying to emerge, but now Plethora Gaming is rushing in. The Lynx is there. The shots are missing their marks, but still Sinister connect with everyone. And almost a clean round for them. They only lost Bernavi, and that pistol goes for them. And it seems like they're already investing as well. Galil's coming into play. Might be a full Galil buy. Nope, there's a Mac 10 in there as well, but close to being a full rifle buy actually, which is always a risk in the second round. We've seen that happen, which might be a. I've seen teams obviously who have lost the post pistol, but still win the third. So still incredibly important to get kills there, but no, Plethora Gaming just rush in with their pistols. You know, it is their. If you're on pistols, obviously on CT side on Inferno, you just gotta be aggressive with it. Stacking sites could be very much hit or miss, and they are doing an excellent job here because Meblonsky almost put himself down to a one-on-one situation, but just couldn't land a headshot onto Bernavi, and this could have been huge. But now they are moving safely on towards A side. Meblonsky does get a Galil, but he might be challenging for that retake as well. He knows he hit Bernavi down to very low HP. And this could be an opportunity. Both of them actually in pit. There's a nade, and this could kill Bernavi. And yes, it does. Jigo is up next. And if Meblonsky peeks the right side, there goes Jigo. But no, he's going to go for the defuse right away. Meblonsky, well, understandable. Jigo didn't expect to have a second player down in pit. But that's how it went. Still a very positive round from Plethora Gaming, considering they went all in just with the pistols. And it worked out well for them. This is how you execute a post pistol round if you've lost the first. So now they're investing in rifles. The FAMAS in play as well. And Sinister, they do have money for the AKs as well. One of that Galil saved over, but it's a bit tough. Richka finds himself out in the open, does go out with a trade, but not the ideal spot for it. Oh no, there might go Beasts as well, but he was just... He just tried to make himself lower than grass and somehow escaped from all that hellfire that was raining into balcony and pulled himself all the way back towards A site now. The Lynx very close up against Sinister, gets one, actually almost got Bernavi as well. This time Sinister finding themselves like they did in the last round, but this time Plethora Gaming are ready to respond with more players and bigger arsenal in their command. So this is going to be a tough A-side take for Sinister if they go along with it. And yes, they do. Beast is right there and he gets taken out. So this is a tough task for Signe, but does get one. Might even get Dracola. Oh, he definitely spotted Dracola trying to pre-fire. Just chips down his health and finishes it off in style. Doesn't even need help from Blonsky. There's a nice round for Plethora Gaming. A nice way to build up their economy as well now. Sinister... unlucky a bit with the take, but they lost players early into the trades, you know, against Rishka, who was all alone in top mid actually, and they didn't expect him there. But sometimes it just goes like this, and well, Sinister still have that one round lead, and still early in, so that's nothing crazy. Signe early mid-smoke in. Looks like more of a B-side presence coming in from Plethora Gaming. 3 players stacked onto B. They have a lot of guns in their hands. Sinister going just with the Deagles and Tech 9 and very minimal utility to back it off. And maybe that apartments run could work out for them, but Richka obviously can line them up nicely there. Berna is just going to rush in. They're going to go in pretty much dry there. Flashes did go off, but Richka is ready to get one. Signa is ready to get one more, and Richka finishes almost off that rush. Signa puts a finishing touch onto that, and now it's just Ajax trying to escape, but just can't because Beasts was ready with his crosshair waiting on Speedway, and that's Plethora Gaming equaling that tally 2-2 now. And Sinister, well, they still can't muster up a buy. They still have to go with an eco. They are investing into P250s. They are, but no utility, no armor. It's going to be a very dry, a very difficult round for them, realistically. Looks like there might be another apartments push coming. This time all of them on top mid. Richka being pushed up to quad. Actually, they are very slow with the boost, but still lining them all up. And that's a clean round for Plethora Gaming. It could have gone so wrong there because, well, Richka was just turned with his back for a long time there, but they managed to pull it off. And a flawless round coming in from Plethora Gaming. They take the lead, but Sinister now back in it with the rifles, obviously. If they lose this, however, it's gonna be these 2 rounds what we saw all over again. So they need to find that consistency. And throwing that bomb away, could be peeking into Catwalk. There is not an aggressive positions taken up by Plethora Gaming. They're playing it rather passive this time as well. No one on top mid, really, and yeah, looks like Richka has full back as well this time. Once again, situated in pit, maybe hoping to find some maps push, but Sinister taking it slow this time. Still have a lot of smokes and flashes at hand. Some of them are being used on Banana, which would maybe equate to them taking it, but I mean, the bomb is pulled all the way up there. There is the Lynx, who could be up close and personal against them, but Sinister still leaving 2 men back in interesting positions. If Plethora Gaming start to rotate early, this could really lose some pieces for them, but seems to be very patient play from Sinister as well. Even though there's only 40 seconds remaining, they can't take any more time for themselves. Miblonski very happy to smoke the entry to be off, and they have well, they don't have another smoke, but they do have some incendiaries to possibly pull that off as well and just make it painful for Sinister to get into that site. They don't take a lot of damage, and Ajax actually finds the opening pick, which is very good. They find Signa, they find the Lynx, and B site is completely cleared, and Sinister are free to breathe on that site. Obviously, Plethora, they don't want to waste these rifles, even though they have the money in the bank to reinvest. It's just better against 4. There is not much chance there. So many opportunities to even make a move all across that map. So that's going to be 3rd round for Sinister, and well, with a full buy, they can definitely make it happen. We saw that now, and even with several players over on the other side of the map. Trying to find some exit kills, Plethora. They could be running into them, actually. Well, no contact made. Hakim definitely didn't get the memo about the bomb explosion damage being up, and he loses his life there in the process of running away. But it doesn't matter too much. They can still buy another AK in there, and almost fully stacked Sinister this time around. Plethora Gaming bringing an off into play in the hands of Signa could be something to see. Signa is creeping down apartments actually with it, and checking into T house, but nobody there, nobody in vicinity yet. Sinister looking to find contact, and Gigo was already moved up to balcony and tried to make some sort of a surprise happen, but Plethora had none of it, and Sinister very early into the round, already 1 man behind. Bad situation to be in. That nade doesn't connect with the B line up there, because Sinister just safely tucked away right now, not too close. And that B-side defense looking vulnerable once again for Plethora Gaming. They only have 2 in place. Now they're pulling players over. Look at this, actually. Both Beasts and Signe moving over, but no. Signe still waiting, checking on top mid, possibly somewhere in there, but no, Sinister are definitely ready to make that commitment happen on towards B sites. Now Beast, oh, he gets a lucky kill. He was flashed and gets the kill through the smoke. Beast gets another one actually with the incendiary. The links as well going on with the trade. That was excellent defense given the circumstances from the Plethora Gaming. And Sinister, only one man standing. Hacken still does have the bomb, but where can he carry it is the question. He has 20 seconds. I don't think he can make that full rotation happen on towards a site. He's running, but he's running out of time. We can actually make it happen with the hook. And, it definitely cost them that round. Looking at the kill leaderboards as well, Signe is actually leading it with 8 kills. Beasts just behind with 7, and yeah, Plethora have been pretty equal all around the map. They've been good. B-side defense has been decent, apart from that one round Sinister did win, but it was still rather equal. There were still trades, and it was a full golden round as well. The Lynx looking to maybe time around. Atkin spraying wildly, does get one, nearly gets the second, but Jablonski just jumps away at the right time. Incendiary is it off early as well, doesn't want to do anything with Sinister there. Signe is rotating in as well. Plethora, they do have the bomb back, and once again, 2 players very aggressively exploring options on towards a site. But Richka is being very patient. It doesn't exit hit, obviously no need. Signe does a very good job holding the site. Hakim is being reduced to atoms, and there is still one, but he is retreating from Banana. That is being Ajax, who is being pulled over as well. That a site take is commencing any second, and it still needs to be concise. It's going to be a 4-on-2 now, but Plethora, they can move these players in. Not a lot of utility left from Sinister, actually. They do have one smoke. They could refresh library if they want to, but there might be no need because the defense of a site is being decimated in seconds. Richka had no opportunity to fight back because it just gets all killed, I think even through pit walls. So yeah, it's not going to be a 2-or-4 retake. Obviously, that AWP is very valuable for Plethora Gaming, and they're just going to stay on that B site. Meanwhile, Sinister, now it's going to be interesting to see. Well, the bomb is actually planted in that zone where you can survive on max health and with armor. But there's a possibility that Burnway can still die there, so now they are moving into apartments. Yeah, no need to. In that situation, you know, you're up against 2 CTs. There's no need to even just hide on a site. You can maybe explore more opportunities, maybe get some kills as well. But yeah, you can see the damage is still crazy. Ajax still eats up a little bit. I think it was about 20 points, so definitely not to be underestimated there. Sinister once again tying it up 4-4 now on the scoreboard. And yeah, an AWP in play now for Sinister as well. They're gonna play with it, and it's gonna be interesting to see how they are gonna utilize it. Is it gonna be placed on Banana, where most big teams do that? Oh, Richka is being tested through apartment's wall. Burnway is just lining these shots in. Luckily, Richka didn't get anything from there. Didn't get hit by these bullets. I mean, he didn't find a response anyways. Hakim pulling off early. They're moving in Sinister, clearing sandbags early, but Plethora, just as usual, all the way back. Signe, an important first kill, and Richka with the second. Nicely done there, Plethora. Nice, great game sense as well to just deny that apartment's push from happening, and Hakim, meanwhile, eats up a lot of damage. That smoke seemed to be confusing him a little bit, didn't understand exactly where the links was, but now they find the pick. But Jablonski right on site behind Faudin, actually out in the open. Does get a trade, and that's good enough because Sinister only one man standing, but that's Dracola with the AWP. And he's still going to rotate away. He does have a lot of time still to make that running rotation happen. And looks like Plethora, they won't be splitting up round. They want to secure that B site is empty before they make anything happen. Sinister can make a safe plant there. Dracola, yeah, making that outside plant happen. And Plethora now, well, for a second there, I thought they're not going to move at all, but they are rushing in now. There is no utility left for Dracola, so it's just his AWPing skills to support him, and he does find one. Does he get the second? Again, Signe there. This is going to be a nice AWP one-on-one. It's a very unusual retake on Inferno, but we are seeing something like this now. Dracola just trying to hide as much as possible. The flick has to be huge if he wants to get Signe. It looks like he's just going to be playing for time. Signe, oh no, he won't be focusing on the bomb. The flicks are coming in, and Dracola wins the duel eventually with a no-scope nonetheless, but still dies anyways because of the bomb explosion. Still, Sinister gets that round, so that's a W for them, and they take the lead. It's been a very eventful game so far. Pretty much entirely back and forth, and seems like it won't be. It might be better for Sinister right now because they're up against Plethora's Eco, and they're just all around the map. But look at how far Signe has gone and gets the kill. Meanwhile, Hacken with a nade onto Meblomsky, and where was the Lynx looking at? He was just rushing down T ramp. This is just trambolic round, I'd say, from both sides, because Signe was just allowed on towards T side of the map so easily, and Ajax went down. Still looks like that might be the only kill coming in from Plethora's side this time, and Nico is not going to be so good as it was last time around. Richka just going to be camping near stairs, and that probably won't get any more kills onto his tally. Sinister still trying to clear anything there, be as careful as ever, taking that B site, but they're still armed to their teeth, so there should be a bit less paranoia there and more movement coming in, but they are very thorough with this, as we can see, and that plant is going to happen now. This is going to be 6th round for Sinister, and it's definitely better now, looking better for them. Plethora, well, they do get that lost bones, but they can make it by round happen, obviously, but they need to make a small comeback happen. Looking how easily last time around as well. B sites have been lost. A site was quickly taken as well. And Sinister, if they use utility taking that A site, if the smoke off fits, which is very much the importance for Plethora gaming, they place Richka there, they play around it. Some rounds we saw even 2 players there. It opens up the pathways for Sinister, and even Richka in the end went down in that round. So yes, a full buy from Plethora Gaming, but like Plethora Gaming going with the usual 3-2 split like they have most of these rounds. Unluckily for them, the B site, if it's being guarded by the 2 players, has been underestimated very easily. Realistically, they just moved out of the way. Sinister have been doing a good job if they do carry on with it, if they are not too slow with it. So a bit of smoke in there as well, right on the top of that B house, and you'll see that very often happening. That there it was, just sitting there. We can see some combat actually. Maybe Jigo is pushing out a boiler. They want to get that. They want to get that information from top mid, and Jigo might make that turn happen. Richka boosted on actually, and he goes down. And Jigo obviously has that information now as well. Won't take the turn, and Signa is much faster on the trigger, gets Jigo down as well. So there is slight advantage for Plethora Gaming now. Sinister, well, they have that right idea in mind. They want to take that A site. Well, they need to be much faster on their feet as well. Only 2 smokes. They can use it to block off the other side of the map, but there is already beasts creeping in, and Hakim could go down any second. He was looking away, but he's still faster and gets beasts down. So now it's going to be a 3-on-3. There's only 1 player on A site. That's Signe all the way back. Oh, that smoke goes off right on time. Otherwise, Signe could have lost his life there. Does still get 1 more Sinister player. This is huge. Just buying some time. Sinister only now planting that bomb, and Jablonski arrives on time, gets Hakim down. It's going to be Dracola all over again with the AWP defending that A site from counter-terrorists. This time wins the duel against Signe, but there is still Delinks now arriving, and can Dracola expect him? Well, had the crosshair almost in the right position, but just couldn't expect him to pop out through that smoke. So Delinks rushes in there, gets the kill, and the bomb defused. 5th round for Plethora Gaming, and this is the ones they need right when they make a full buy. They want to back off their economy a little bit because, well, there's still some time remaining until the end of the half, and there is a tactical pause call from Sinister as well. It hasn't been really bad for them, considering on the T side as well, they've gone very good rounds, mostly against Plethora's ecos, of course. But still, they've lost some very clear opportunities. To see if they enter the sites. It's been a bit uncomfortable for them. They don't use their utility too early. Like the Soul library was still out, so they could have lost even players even earlier in the process. But definitely some requirement to call it. And looking at the kill board now, Dracola almost leading it with the 13 kills, but it's still Signe one-upping him on 14, so definitely a nice battle to see there as well. Delinks making the presence known, or an accidental fire, who knows. Still, Plethora Gaming not looking to gain control or success on Banana. They're waiting for Sinister to make that first move. Delinks puts that nade in, and it absolutely demolishes the plant bot that's in the other corner there. And that's not a good sign. We've seen a lot of failed utility coming in from both sides actually so far. I've seen some misplaced incendiaries as well earlier. So maybe a bit of a nervous game, and it's definitely showing. Bernawi makes a nice opening actually onto Beasts, and that top mid is looking to be overrun any second now by Sinister players. They are all lined up there already. Boiler side smokes, now it's fading, and they can attack short. And it's all a quick call for them. Richka over the smoke, gets 1, but there is 1 in apartments as well. He reacts quickly as lightning, gets the 2nd, might even get a 3rd, because there's 1 on site, but no, there is Dracola on the flank, and he was just turned inside out, which is sad to see, because Richka has done so well to secure a site early, even if they conceded it. He has bought so much time across that CT site so far, and now obviously Sinister, they take over these positions themselves. Dracola positions nicely on the balcony, gets Delinks down, and Meblonsky is going to follow up soon. Bernavi gets him, and it's going to be a 1-on-2 retake. Signe obviously backing away with the AWP, doesn't want to die to that explosion either. So 7th round for Sinister, still going back and forth, but Sinister retaining that 2-round advantage roughly, and they want to close that T side off with a win. Looks like Plethora, well, at least the rest of Plethora, other than seeing they're going with a save, just minimal by a Deagle and a 5-7 brought into play, so pretty much an eco round coming in from them, and it's a good choice that Lost Bonus is gonna, well, be in their favor, but all of them just go down to the spray, 1 spray of Ajax. And this was just immediate. Signe was very much out of place. and Ajax finds his fourth, and that was a dramatic round and a very, very sad one for Plethora Gaming, but these things happen, you know, on eco rounds. You can't be too hopeful, but still, the positioning was way off. They wanted to make early contact on Banana, but we'll see what happens if they try to get that. And yeah, just a bit unfortunate for Plethora there. Bernavi, early, once again, a missed nade, and this is really coming in from both sides. We see that so much. Bernavi is definitely going to get Signe there. There's no question about it. Signe was focusing on the other player, that was Ajax as well, so a nice bait and switch there. And one important player taken off of the mix. Once again, Sinister looking much more daily coming into the second part of the first half, and yeah, they're looking like they're playing with more confidence, bit more stride and passion in the game. Nice corners being taken, but Beast is coming from behind there, switching the players out, and there might be context in CT spawn. Mablonsky goes down, and this means B site is very clean for Sinister to take. They're joining forces right in the center of it. And Plethora still going to challenge for it, obviously not, but no, Richka is moving up Banana actually. There might be something. I hope they're just looking for exit kills, because these two might lose their lives very easily if they progress any further. But look at Richka, he's so close actually. He does get him down, which is great. But obviously Sinister all up in their positions now. Ajax posted at the top. It's going to be difficult to defend, and Dracola with just a pixel of a peek there gets Richka off as well. It's the 9th round for Sinister, and this is going to be absolutely Sinister's half. And well, Plethora on their CT side looking very unconvincing, especially now. Plethora forcing into that, obviously last round, so no point in making an eco happen once again. These ecos haven't been very fruitful either, despite the first one being a great success where they ended up on a one-on-one, I think. And yeah, now we see a very big mix actually. An MP7 out of all weapons. And a scout as well brought into play. Aggressive Banana hold from Plethora Gaming, but Hakim is going to move them down with the AK-47, that's for sure. They make the switch happen, Ajax follows up, gets Signe down right on the trail. They're going to push into B site immediately. No, they're going to wait just a little bit. No, Ajax is already there, never mind. The Lynx actually puts that MP7 into very good use. Might get the second, but the Fountain was stopping him a little bit, and Hakim connects with him first. It's a 4-on-1 situation, and an absolute clear round for Sinister, and a clear half for them as well. 10-5, and Plethora really have to up their game on the possibly harder side on Inferno. At least there's a lot of sportsmanship, as I see in the chat as well. Everybody saying good half. You know, that's lovely to see. The drama here, just nice sportsman-like Counter-Strike. We saw the match being paused for a second. I'm not sure what happened, but we're still waiting. Okay, apparently this is from Sinister's side, and someone had yep. Okay, we're gonna have a pause for a little bit, so we're gonna have a toilet break, but that's understandable. We're all human. So meanwhile, if you decided to watch Volpid Series over the last final, then Navi won it over Vitality 2-0. They went behind in overpass last time I checked, but they did come back nicely and secured the final for them. So even with the new lineup, they're still making great things happen. Still waiting for that pause to go over, but yeah, I want to analyze the sides a little bit. Well, it hasn't been too bad from Plethora Gaming. Just just a bit, well, a bit too passive maybe. If we look at the banana plays, even in aggression, they didn't find the kills. It seems like just the reactions are missing, the timings are missing, but nothing to worry about here. Sinister with the duel is equipped and ready to go. Plethora might be moving in towards A site, is my guess, because all players are lined up there. Two moving in to apartments as well, possibly. And Beast actually finds the opening picture. Now he sends the links flying, but doesn't get Meblonsky. Meblonsky instantly quick fires down the second Jigo as well, loses his life. It's going to be a 4-on-2. And Sinister, well, they are very much forced back there. It's going to be tough, challenging Plethora all across that distance coming in from library side. So Sinister are going to save this, and you don't see a lot of saves and pistol rounds, but Sinister opts for it. They still have some unused utility as well, which they can put into good use in the next round, or maybe even the round after the next one. So Plethora obviously will be on the chase now. They need to move away from the bomb anyways, and Richka might die there? No, he doesn't. Actually survives with 4 HP. Meanwhile, there's a trade. Ajax gets a say in it, and yes, if you are armored up, even a short close plant can still be harmless for you. But you definitely need the armor, of course, and you need to be max HP, as we saw that in Richka. So 6-10 now. Plethora, very vital round. They are immediately buying into it heavily. 3 AKs and 2 Galils. Some utility as well. You might not even need heavy utility here, obviously, against these pistols. But Sinister stacked towards Banana, and Plethora just very widely positioned all across the map. More looking towards that A site. It's looking very empty, but if Sinister is coming from behind and maybe advancing through Banana, that could be a nasty brawl waiting to happen any second. And yes, it's going to commence now, but rest of Plethora don't even care about that. They're just marching on towards A site. Jigo did lose his life, but so did Richka. There was one trade, but Plethora Gaming, they don't care. They're gonna assume the defensive positions and ready to welcome Sinister in case they dare to challenge them. And, well, they're raring to go, but not exactly aggressing. There's a P coming in. Whoop, Signe definitely saw the head and definitely heard the shot going above his head there, so maybe they're ready to get that one kill. Sinister, well, that clock is ticking down. And the bomb is going to explode soon, so Sinister better decide if they want to save this or if they want to regress. And it comes in now. Bernavi actually finds the pick onto Meblonsky, but it's a bit too late now. Beast and the Lynx reply instantaneously, and it's still obviously going to be a round for Plethora Gaming. 3 players get blown up, and this is a new record in this match at least. Still, well, no real guns were left into play either. 7-10. Plethora getting these rounds back, which is nice to see. Might even be close to tying it up soon. Sinister, but he's still in Galil. Some rebuys, and here we see a Deagle there still, and the 2 defuse kits, which is a big investment actually in such a round where you don't have a lot of money left. You can't make a full buy happen. And what exactly happened here? Okay. Rishka decides he had enough of Signe there, and well, Plethora left with 4 players against 5 for the entirety of this round now. Apps push might be happening. Meblonsky slowly advancing, gonna be the first player, and yeah, that's these apartments pushes, they've been becoming more and more popular. I feel like, especially these days in Inferno, but obviously it's down to that first player. similar to Mirage B pushes. If it's gonna go down, you know, you're gonna lose the key piece. You're gonna lose that driver of the train, and it's all gonna go down. This time for Sinister, of course, that was a fake, and Plethora moving on towards B. No, they're actually pulling them back, and this was a bad call. Reachka goes down as well. It's gonna be a 3-on-3, possibly on A site, and oh, well, never mind then. A very nice entry from Plethora Gaming. Pretty much dry as well, and still they get rid of Jigo and Bernawi, and they are gonna get the plant close to wall, so they can save inside A side as well if they need to. And ooh, well, Sinister definitely have them surrounded, but are they gonna move in is the question. They have an AK in play that has some utility. They have a nade to use, but Dracola goes down. Ajax finds a trade, but he is not aware of anybody being inside pit. Meblonsky gets the last kill against Hatkim over that distance, and yep, nice round for Plethora. 8th on the board, and they are looking to tie it up. Like their T side is just as good as Sinister's. Looking at these rounds, where even in a close to full gun round, we still see a lot of action and nice gunplay. You know, Sinister had that health advantage. That nade could do something, but no, Hakim opts to not use it right away. Dracola slowly advancing in as well. Signe ready to actually see someone from Church side, but no. You obviously know both are coming in from Banana. They haven't cleared everything yet, and Signe and the Lynx do a good job together. The Lynx all the way back to old CT side, actually. Gets Dracola as well. Plethora now waking up a little bit. 9th round on the board. Sinister have lost 4 consecutively this half, and it's looking a bit dire for them. Bringing an AWP into play is dangerous, but in the hands of Dracola, it could work out very well. We saw what he can do with it on the T side. I think he won 1 round for... no, I'm sorry, he didn't. He won 1 round for sure when he was 1-on-1 against Signe, but that second round he was 1-on-3, I believe, and still lost very late into that post plant, which is sad. We are seeing an AUG being used by Jigo, and well, I remember someone said it on Twitter. I think it was Rez who said that it isn't like the M4 nor the A1S now, so it's going to be an AUG main, and looks like Jigo will follow up in these footsteps now. Richka was being dropped very early into the round. Dracola putting that AWP already into good use, so that might be that return round for Sinister. And the first time over a long while, we see actual M4s being used. No A1S is in sight. Back to simpler times there. Meblonsky, very good entry there, gets burned away right away. There's one in pit, but he's not going to be standing for long. Jigo with the AWP actually gets a double kill out of nowhere. Was that in 180? Where did it get the second? Dracola finds one more with the AWP, and it's just Signe standing with the AK-47. This could be it now for Plethora Gaming. It's going to be a 4-on-1 situation. Signe has no way to reclaim that bomb behind cart. No way to walk up in there. And might even get taken out because Sinister is looking to swing. Dracola misses his shot, nearly dies himself. Has to be a bit more careful there. Signe still testing their patience as well. Rushes in there, and Jigo gets a triple kill with the AUG. Congrats to him. Meanwhile, Dracola definitely secured the first place in the kill board right now. 20 already, and he's been stopping that game with his AWP right now, and looking to employ it even further now because Plethora obviously on the Nico. They did buy 2 Mac-10s, and this might be looking like a B rush, and it might very well be. They're just running in there. To a few of them looking back, maybe looking for a push from Sinister to happen. The bomb is not being brought over yet, but Ajax already has Richka close to his sights. Luckily, Richka was right behind that nook of the wall. Ajax has them lined up, but has to look away. There was too many for them to deal with. And Beasts and Jablonski made a nice entry. Signal Beasts do go down after Jigo spray. This time, it's a 3-on-2. Sinister do have to make that retake happen because now they have no one left exactly on site. Plethora. Well, it's just going to be the Lynx and Richka having to deliver here. Bernavi ready to throw that flash over the top. I'm pretty sure he already noticed someone there. And he's going to get in up close and personal. The Lynx goes down. Richka follows up immediately. There was just too many players and too much fire to deal with for Plethora. There was Sinister back to their winning ways. Get their second consecutive round now. Looking a bit better for them. Definitely. And still a pretty small loss bonus for Plethora. Obviously, they already were pretty broke coming in from the last round, and now they're still gonna be going with the pistols. Actually, they're not gonna make anything more happen. A Tech 9, but this time no Mac 10s, and they could be conceding some bit of leeway to Sinister now because Sinister already 3 rounds up. And they were so close to making that comeback happen, but it's starting to slip away. Obviously, on the 23rd round, they can still make an investment happen, but I feel like this is being more and more tilted towards Sinister now. Ajax does get some damage. Jigo didn't expect Plethora to rush in there so early. There's some friendly fire as well. Richka already gets a second team kill in this game, and he's just trailing them left and right. However, Sinister absolutely will get that round. There's no problem. That site entry was looking good from Plethora, but they just can't get Jigo get past him fast enough. So there's still Rakola providing that finisher. And Sinister 4 rounds up now. Plethora can make a full buy happen. Will make that happen, and had to make a great round happen like they did for, 4 rounds in a row, which was pretty nice. Right after that surprisingly good pistol round, it all worked out well for them, but now it's been collapsing just a bit. Not the whole house of cards, just the first level of it. Signe could get a reply there, but doesn't. Well, it's a standoff actually. Signe fires into Hakim, who keeps on moving only with 2 HP, still trying to get that duel, and Ajax on the flank doesn't get Signe down. Oof. The Lynx backing Signe up now. That was, well, a difficult fight, but somehow surviving on 3 HP. Signe keeps on going. Something similar Hakim is doing right now, still on 2 HP. For a second I thought he's dead by now, but still going strong. Plethora definitely pulled everyone over towards that A site. It's gonna be an A hit. There's no question about that. Looking where that bomb is as well. Bomb on a balcony player, this could be difficult. And this proves to be even more difficult as Jigo deletes that player and Bernavi follows up. It's going to be a 2-on-1. Signe once again standing last with an AWP. This is something we saw very much from Dakola in the first half, but this time Signe gets deleted in a very unusual manner. Just that nade chucked in there, which pretty much explodes right on top. And 14th round goes for Sinister. Plethora finding themselves in an eco hell once again. They are investing into the Eagles, but there's not much they can do. It's going to be a tough finish for that game. If they don't get that round, it could very well be over soon. Sinister using all that utility early to deny Plethora from gaining top mid control, which they've been trying. They get very easy house access. Sinister doesn't exactly guard it as much as Plethora did on their CT side, but that balcony play, the late A site receiving has been very much better from Sinister. They've been making a lot of improvements overall, and it's just working out all so well. Dracola did let one player escape, doesn't correct his aim on time. Yablonski sprays him down with a Tech 9. There was a very vital kill for Plethora Gaming on an eco nonetheless. Getting the AWP down is huge. Yablonski carries on, gets a second. Now ends up with the AWP himself. And Sinister, well, the tables have turned and they are forced away. But the bomb is also being brought over to the B site this time. Oh boy, Hakim is going to be just pinched in there. Has to find two. Yes, he does. Finds them all. Gets them lined up. Meanwhile, backup arrives in the face of Bernawi, who comes from behind together with Jigo. And they're ready to guard that bomb, which is right in front of them, presented on a tray. And once again, this round has been overturned. Beast, well, he knows where Hakim is. They tried to make that split happen. Yes, they do. And it worked out well. Plethora didn't have a lot of patience going in for that strike. And it showed. Sinister 15-9 lead. And they're looking to capitalize on that now rather than later. Signe is still rebuying that up. They're still having that glimpse of hope in play. But it's not looking too good. Cola pushing actually top mid early on with the AWP. Doesn't take an aggressive angle, but still up close as that some kind of Amonic angle, I'd say. Have to back away now. Plethora, most of the players still left behind on T-ramp. A lot of utility still to be put into use as well. Signe actually being the front man with the AWP is interesting to see. But Ajax very close, hugging the wall. This could be something. Oh, they actually wallbang Ajax. This is huge. Ajax carries on through the smoke. This is a ballsy move, but he gets reach gun. Signe gets tagged a bit by the incendiary. Ajax finds Signe as well through the smoke and also finds the links. It's a triple kill and he just carries on doing it. Might even get Beasts, but Beasts already pre-fires onto him. No, Ajax just runs away with the AWP, taking it as tribute from that great battle he had on Banana. Oof. What a play that was. Beast and Yablonski left wondering what they can do in that situation. Only 30 seconds left and no access in sight to, well, yeah, Ajax finds Beasts and might even get an ace, but no, he doesn't. Ajax gets sent out. Yablonski is still standing somehow. He is still standing. This is incredible, but he is fighting for his life. It's just, the clock is ticking down. It's just going to be a death match at this point. And there he goes. Oof, Sinister have won the game, and just so it happened. Well, we could see that a bit from the other from the first half as well, but it just happened like it did. Great performance, I believe. It was still Sinister, obviously topping the kill board, but Signe did a very good job on the AWP. There is no denying that. Plethora just throwing away that opportunity they had on the T side, and yeah, that puts Sinister up to the 2-1 bracket. It's a bit tougher for them now, obviously, but a very important victory. And obviously was a proving point for them, and they made it happen. I don't know, will we have any kinds of interviews happening? Sorry, my camera was a bit odd. All right. We will have 2 interviews apparently, and Loza has confirmed that, so we're waiting on them to show up. Well, I'm still waiting. I do see beasts already in one of the voice chats, but yeah. And it is Beast who is joining us. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
So an unfortunate loss to Plethora Gaming this time. What can you say about the CT side? I feel like that was a bit more problematic.
Yeah, for us, what our main issue was on the CT side was mainly our B control in general.
Yeah.
We tried to fix it, we tried to call some different things, we tried to bring a player over there as well, but nothing really worked out in our favor, really.
Yeah. I feel like they had like the proper banana control as well, you know, they pushed up a lot, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely had really good banana control, and it was definitely much more harder to fight for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still very happy with our performance. We are a very new team, we are still trying to improve.
Yeah.
And I guess this game is really informative for us to find out what we need to improve, so I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, on the T side, you got a bit of a streak going on, which looked very good. Right, starting from the pistol round, but it seemed to be like flowing.
Oh, 100%. Our motivation was much higher when we changed sides. Everything felt fresh again, and after that pistol round, we just felt amazing. So I can't remember exactly what we did, but I know we hit A twice and we wrapped around long a couple times, and it was really an advantage we looked at before the game, that they always have very weak long control, so we tried to abuse that in early rounds.
Yeah. Reachka killed 2 of you actually during that game. What happened there? I think one came in from banana, and one other in apartment.
In apps, yeah.
Yeah.
Reachka is he's a very toxic teammate, and I hope he learns his lesson. Yeah.
Imagine getting server kicked by that.
Yeah, 100%. He is such a interesting player to play with. He is very fun, and
We know, yeah.
he's such a loud player as well.
Yeah, we're waiting for his next Snapchat stories in the Discord. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're funny, man.
Yeah. Well, good luck for you still. There's still games to play, you know. So, thank you.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, sure.
I just want to say something, that my main motivation for playing in this series is because of my girlfriend and my team. My girlfriend has been always supporting me for so long now, and she understands the grind this game is, so I wanted to just thank her here.
This is lovely. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Take care.
Yeah, take care, man.
So we should have another interviewee joining as well. I'm guessing from the other side, from Sinister. I'm waiting for the go from our producer. There he is, and welcome, Hakim, and Ketchy is here as well. Hello there.
Yo.
Hello guys. Hello.
Yeah.
So, that was a very important victory for you guys, considering that you did have a Oko win, which caused some uproar, but still, you had a difficult game against Quick Play. Now you showed some dominance. What can I say about the game? It was still a bit up and down, but
Okay. Well, must I go first? I'll go first.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not sure which is the team's name. The teams.
Plethora,
Sorry.
yeah, Plethora Gaming.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Were you talking about a previous team?
Previous.
No.
I meant today's game. Rather.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. No. It actually went pretty kind of smoothly in the start. T-side and Inferno, you know, is a little bit harder, obviously.
Yeah.
And when you are neck to neck with the CT team, being like when it was like 3-3, 4-4, like, and if you're on the T side and you are like 4-4, 5-5, etc., you in the advantage, in my honest opinion, because you're like slowly grinding that CT defense out of the map, you know,
Yeah.
and you're just getting your foot into the door and
Yeah, yeah. Can
basically
reset the
stopping.
economy several times. Can maybe
Yeah. Yeah. And you just like you know, once you get to like 5 rounds, 6 or 7, even 8 on T side, like your job is done. Like anything else that you get from like, let's say 6 onwards or 5 onwards is literally just bonus, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Dracula had an excellent game on the op today. He was absolutely the star performer so far. Is he one of your reliable players in that regard?
Yeah. He's very wild with it. Like I won't lie. The key to his success is to not limit him. He's very like how do I explain? Like I'm trying to think of like another, you know, tier 1 player that's like similar to him. I'll kind of say like actually Simple's kind of like actually, you know, the very wild kind of player, but he's got a lot of structure and like a good decision making. Okay, but Jack is, you know, he's very wild, but like he knows when to use it and not, and when to turn it on and when to turn it off. And yes, with regarding, we do rely on him a lot to get that openings, to just be like the defensive AWPer, and also he was clutched with the AWP by himself, you know, and nearly pulled off a second one by himself, as you could see with that result of those just those 2 rounds alone. Like what what he's capable of doing with it is actually pretty impressive. And yeah, he's got some mad flicks and
yeah, we relied on Draco a lot today to make a lot of aggressive calls as well from the CT side. We had him a lot peeking down middle, taking aggressive peeks. I think it disrupted them a lot as well, so it worked in our favour, definitely.
Akechi can build on that, but how does your team prepare for these games? I know you don't play ECA currently. What's your plan for the next season? How's that team doing?
Yeah, would you like to take it, Hakan?
Okay. Okay, so currently we actually, you know, in a trialing phase at the moment for a 5th player. We actually use the substitution at the moment, which is Geeko, which is our sub. We of course like basically playing in all and any leagues. The only things we haven't played in so far is like a weekend ESCA Cash Cup or something like that, you know. But we're in the Void Pit, and we're in the SCL, and of course we want to play ESCA. ESCA is obviously the main focus, but we need to wait until the season is over in order to play again. And apparently it's going to be like somewhere in the beginning of August or something. So yeah, it's still about a month and a half to go.
It's going to be a long time with the playoffs still, and
so you know, the plans are just obviously at the moment we just focusing on re-solidifying our lineup, and then just increasing our map pool. Definitely is that would be like the next focus. Like making sure the lineup is all good and increasing the map pool, so we can just go forward and I guess try and play against better opponents, you know, that can like beat us down, so we can learn to build ourselves back up in critical situations, etc.
Well,
exactly, we're a relatively new lineup, so we definitely have a lot of work to do, but I think as soon as we get the team sorted and solidified, like Hakan was saying, look, we got a lot of potential on this team, I think, so we just need to work on our map pool.
Thank you for joining us, guys, and good luck in the 2-1 bracket, and hope to see you soon.
All right.
Thanks for that.
Thank you very much.
So with this, we'll be closing the stream as well. This is the only game today. Thank you for joining us, whoever watched us. Thank you for the production crew, obviously, and as always, thank you to Loza as well. I was Ryan Rumbles, and it was a pleasure. Bye-bye.